Hello everyone, today I'm making an RTP channel tier list. For those of you that do not know, RTP, they're a state-owned thing. They're owned by the Portuguese government, and they have like public radio and television. They have public radio channels and television channels. And today I'm making a tier list out of all the RTP channels that there are. A lot of these I don't like watch regularly, but I've done research about it and I've looked into them, and this is ranking them as how they are now and like how they've been recently. So they might have some like the best shows ever years ago, but that doesn't count because that was like years ago. So let's get started. So RTP1, they run news programs, great journalism. I like it. It's good. And they also have some great fiction shows. Some of the best content I've seen that like is made like that is Portuguese content, and that is like shows in shows term in terms of shows. I haven't seen like any. I had never finished any of those shows. I don't recall, but I've seen a lot of episodes from Portugal. Not a lot, but like I've seen some episodes from Portugal, and it's hilarious. Honestly, it's one of my favorite shows. I haven't finished it, but so far it is one of my favorite shows. And honestly, it is amazing. It's amazing. And they also have this other show, the Cuba Libre. I've heard great things about it from what I've seen. It's good, it's very good. I mean, but yeah. So that's like it's an S tier. Well, is it an S tier? Let me think. Because they also have like they have like good shows and stuff, like good journalism. Like they have I don't I've they have at least one contest. They have The Price is Right. It's the Portuguese version of it, and they have that's I don't know if they have any other contest shows, and that one's good. So how should I rank this? I think okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rank it like through these, like no, I'm gonna rank them like as a channel, like if we're comparing all channels in the world. Okay, so then it's just an A tier. Now RTP International is just RTP one, but for Portuguese people living in other countries, their schedule does change depending on where you are like watching it. Like the schedule for New York is different from the schedule from Lisbon. And when I went to the RTP website and I went into it while I was in Portugal, where I am right now, and it showed me by default the Lisbon schedule. So that's the one I'm using. It's the exact same thing. The RTP one logo looks better, so I'm putting it ahead. Also, for those, I mean, no, the higher it goes, the better it is. The lower it goes, the worse it is. If it goes left, it's worse. So here, RTP International is ranked lower, and RTP One is ranked higher. But although RTP International very slightly, it's really because like they're the exact same. Now RTP Free is just RTP One, but like they just air informative content and use the journalism. Like it's good. It's like the same as RTP One, but it just don't got like actual shows stuff. Now, in this tier list, I may say they don't got any shows, but they might have one or two that I'm missing. But like overall, they don't really have any. Like they have one or two, but that's not like. Yeah, sorry for that cough. It's not like the main thing. Now RTP2, they air a bit of journalism. I don't think it's not as good as RTP1's journalism, but what they like air a lot is just shows and movies and like cartoons and kids shows. Like it's like a lot of kids shows, like the cartoons, and then like some other like shows that are kids shows and movies that aren't kids movies. The kids shows, if you're like a kid, they're decent. They're decent. The journalism, however, I think is a bit unnecessary. They could have just put in all the shows, and it could have been like the show and movie channel. And from what I've seen, the shows that aren't for kids. Well, I don't know if they're like on the rating, it's like 7+, but like they're not shows made like specifically for kids. Like for the shows and movie, at least I don't. Yeah, no, they're not. So at least from the shows and movies that they have that are not like made for kids, it's like it doesn't mean a kid can still watch it. Like the rating doesn't allow kids to watch it. What I'm saying is that like they're not like meant specifically for kids, you know. Uh, so, but yeah, from what I've seen, they're really boring and not good. Although a lot of people tell me they really love it. Personally, I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't watch it a lot. I don't know if I should give them more chance. But from what I've seen, they're just really boring and bad. So RTP2, it's a C tier. Now RTP Africa, I don't know why it was made. I don't know why they made it. I don't know if it's for Portuguese people living in Africa, or it's because there are countries that speak Portuguese and are ex-Portuguese colonies. But basically, they have some RTP1 journalism, then some journalism centered around Africa, and then just some stuff like about African culture and all that. They have some stuff from RTP1, like because RTP1 also has, yeah, they don't just have The Price is Right as a contest show. They have other ones that are really good. I actually forgot about that. RTP1's contest shows are amazing. They're actually very good. And I think, yeah, RTP Africa has at least one of those, but like it's just the content they make like on Africa is just too boring the way they do it from what I've seen. RTP Azores and RTP Madeira, they're the same as RTP1 except like RTP Azores sometimes they air the Azorean Parliament, and it's basically they just have the journalism for RTP1 and they have shows about the culture. They're the exact same thing, just swap the cultures. I'm putting Azores ahead of RTP Madeira because Azores airs the Parliament of Azores. I don't know if Madeira does it too, but Madeira has way less shows, at least on the schedule, that way less, not shows, like stuff on it from what I've seen. And I don't know, Azores logo is also better, but they're basically the exact same. Wait, whoops. Wait. They're basically the exact same. And now RTP Memoria. Memoria means memory in Portuguese, I mean. And basically what they do is they air their shows and like informative stuff. And I'm not sure, but I think they're reality shows. Basically, too, but I'm not sure about the reality shows. But basically, they just air stuff that used to air, like RTP and stuff, and yeah, old stuff. Basically, like RTP, the other RTP's channels, they put it there. We used to air there, and some of those shows are actually pretty good from what I've seen, you know. And I know it's just cool to look at the past, and yeah. So, but I mean, yeah, and it's definitely better than Azores and Madeira. But I need to make it smaller. I think it's better than RTP Free, because for RTP Free, you can just watch RTP1, because it's just news, and I think it just doesn't stand up to the shows RTP Memoria has. So yeah, guys, that's my RTP channel tier list. Goodbye, and thanks a lot for watching.